Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Budget with Bliss. My name is Katie and this channel is all about keeping myself accountable with my budget and finances using the cash stuffing method. But today's video is a bit different. It is going to be a Q&A. So I put a post up on YouTube and also one on Instagram, just seeing if anyone wanted, oh, that's a cat toy under my feet, sorry. Just seeing if anyone wanted to kind of throw any questions at me, just for a bit of a fun video, a bit of different, so you guys can get to know me a little bit better, or maybe ask me any kind of budget related questions. There was a bit of a technical hitch with the YouTube post. Thankfully though, I wrote down most of the questions that I did see, but when I logged on this morning and looked at that post, all of the comments from YouTube on the post had disappeared. I don't quite know what happened. I shared it on Instagram to say what was going on, and also Michelle at Yorkshire Budgets, she replied saying this had happened to her as well, on a post that she put up on the community on YouTube yesterday. So don't quite know what is going on there, but I did manage to get enough questions and I did write them down and who they were from as well. So yeah, let's get into it. I thought whilst I was asking the questions, I'll just kind of set up my Pretty Perfect diary for March and do the kind of calendar in that, because I've not done it yet. So yeah, so before I even kind of I put up the poll, and like I had put up the poll saying would you be interested in a Q&A. The first question had come in before I'd even put up the little box where you could put in a question, and that was from B's Budget over on Instagram. And it was obviously the most important question. What's your Mackey's order? So if you've been watching recently, I don't know why, but I've just been a bit addicted to McDonald's. So my Mackey's order, it does change. I always want a cheeseburger, double or triple. They've got to be in there, like a cheeseburger chaser, like got to be in there. And I will either have a Big Mac meal, or I would have perhaps like a double cheeseburger meal with a side of nuggets, or a chicken mayo chaser on the side. Those are generally what I go for. Excuse me. It also depends on what offers are on the app as well. So a lot of the time I'll chuck in a mayo chicken on the end just because you get the extra 100 points. Oh dear. But yeah, I don't go there too often. I have recently, but generally it's probably the most times I've been this year compared to all of last year. So yeah, don't know what's going on. So yeah, there you go. That is my Mackey's order. Next questions came in from Manifestation Budget. So she sent me two. That was over on Instagram. First one is, do you think you'd get to a point where you'd go digital? So that's obviously a budget related question. And I think if my income dramatically changed and it just wasn't worth me having to worry about saving and also kind of making ends meet, if my income was that comfortable, then potentially I would just go digital. But even then, I don't know. I think I can still see myself as being someone who always wants to kind of make the most of their money, make the money kind of work for me and manage it. So even if I did go digital, the cat toy. Even if I did go digital, I think it would be somewhere where that you can have pots of money and move it around and things like that. But I really don't see it happening unless I had incredibly significant changes to my income where I really didn't need to worry about the few pence that I didn't spend this week or whatever, you know. But at the moment, no plans to go digital. And the other question she asked was favourite thing about pole or my favourite move. So my favourite move is the attitude spin, and then we do kind of like a little flow at the end to kind of get back up to standing, because that's a spin that you do to the ground. So yeah, that is my favourite move. Okay, next question was from Budget with Abby. And that was over on Instagram, and she asked, who's your favourite? Come on, Abby, you know who my favourite is. It's Little Moon, of course. So yeah, thank you for that question, Abby. Of course it's Little Moon and yourself. I love it when she's in the background and you can just hear Little Moon chatting away. So next question was from Life with Kaylee Phoenix over on Instagram. Okay, so this is like 3 in 1, this question. What was your favourite sandwich filling? What is your favourite crisp flavour? And what is your favourite drink? Sandwich filling, I mean, that changes daily. Right now, if I had to have a sandwich, I'm really fancying coronation chicken. I don't know why, but that's what I'd go for. Crisps, favourite has to be salt and vinegar. I've always been a salt and vinegar lover. And drink, I mean, if we're talking alcoholic, gin and tonic all the way. If we're talking soft, then I'm just quite happy with a squash. Not too fussed about fizzy. I will have a fizzy every now and then, but yeah, I just like, normal squash, cherries and berries, or, a Ribena, something like that. But yeah, I like flat drinks. Next one is from Ellie Ackerman 5627. Sorry, I was just trying to read my own handwriting. That was over on YouTube. She asked, do you have a 5-year plan or goals you want to reach? If so, can you explain a bit more about them? So we don't really have a 5-year plan, to be honest. Yeah, no, I don't. it's the honest answer. I mean, in terms of goals, I want to have my 6K challenge completed, so I've got £6,000 worth of an emergency fund in case anything goes wrong. That cat's always so annoying. I want to be mortgage free at some point. I'm only 2 years into my house purchase, but yeah, we are overpaying on our mortgage, so that is a massive goal. We'd also potentially like to move house at some point. And then also a family is something that we're considering, but not set in stone about that. So yeah, I'm not really got any kind of concrete goals. So yeah. Essex Cash Stuffing asked on YouTube, what's your favourite film and why? So first film that pops into my head is Little Mermaid. I was obsessed with Little Mermaid growing up. Wanted to be Ariel, like my hair is red. Like I'm heavily influenced by Ariel in my day-to-day life. I have mermaid tattoos. I have like all my binders and things, like they're all kind of like mermaidy. Like yeah, I just love the whole mermaid thing. So that was my favourite movie. Oh, it's not 21, it's 31. And why? I don't know, I just watched it on repeat as a kid. I think I was just fascinated with the thought of being a mermaid. And then Lucy Luxor on YouTube asked, what 3 envelopes would you tell a newbie to start with? And this is really hard because it depends where your starting point is. If you're someone who is like heavily in debt, I would say you need a debt envelope, somewhere to kind of put money to save towards your paying off your debt. I'd also say an emergency fund is really important to prevent you from going further into debt. So having that little backup savings for any emergency, so you don't put anything back onto a credit card or anything like that, or get a loan, things like that. So yeah, I would say if you're in that kind of situation, those 2 are quite important envelopes. And also I think a spending envelope is really important no matter what your kind of situation, because if you don't give yourself some spending money, then you're likely to overspend. So I think you need to have a budget for, if you fancy something, your impulse spending kind of kicks in. Give yourself a little bit of a budget each week or each month, whatever, so that you can do that and not feel guilty about it. Sorry, just had a pop-up saying my phone battery is running low, but yeah, it's what it is. It'll survive, I think. So yeah, those are my 3. But if you're not in debt, then maybe a savings. But it depends what your goals are. So yeah, savings, emergency, spending. Kat Robinson on Instagram asked, what do you do for a living when you're not cash stuffing? I have not shared this on my YouTube channel just because, yeah, I don't feel comfortable with sharing it really. I'll tell you generally, the kind of sector I work in a non-for-profit organisation within social housing. So that is a little glimpse into what I do. And Big Mama's Little Budgets on Instagram asked 3-4 questions. What is your 5-year plan or goal? Well, I've kind of already answered that one. Why did you start cash stuffing? Now, I started cash stuffing because my mum started cash stuffing. This was back in late 2022. Like August, September time, 2022. That's when I kind of started my journey because she showed me what she was doing. She showed me all the channels that she was watching. So that's when I started to watch. And then eventually, 4 or 5 months later, from September when I started to January, I then started my YouTube and wanted to document my journey. And yeah, I kind of then set intentions to get myself out of debt, pay off my car loan, which I still haven't done, but I'm having a break from snowballing that at the moment. And yeah, just to kind of give my money a plan and a purpose, rather than spending it willy-nilly and it going kind of nowhere. I've only ever been able to save up for a house previously. I've never had savings otherwise. So yeah, that's kind of why, just to kind of get myself more financially secure and in the habit of saving money, not spending it all. Do you think the government will get rid of cash? And if so, what will you do then? This is still Big Mama's Little Budgets asking this question. I haven't got a clue, mate. If they do, then I'll have to go over to digital. Then, like, that's just is what it is, isn't it? Like, not much you can do if the government just decide to take away cash. If they do, I don't think it'll be for a really long time. I've seen articles online saying cash is increasing. People using cash is increasing. So, you know, I don't think it'll happen for a long time. It'll take a long time to get rid of cash, I think. I don't think it's just going to happen overnight. But yeah, if I did, then I'll just go over to digital and start using like Chase and things like that for for my different pots and my different spending accounts and savings accounts. So yeah. And that is it. That is all of the questions that you guys asked. So I didn't really get very far in doing this, but I've actually at least I got the numbers in. But yeah, that was everything. If there's anything else you want to know about me or you want to ask any other questions, then feel free to pop me a comment below and I will always look at getting back to you. But yeah, this was really fun. I enjoyed it. Thank you ever so much for joining in, those of you who asked questions, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.